Okay guys, welcome to the workshop. This is another Chris Reacts, and today I'm going to do something completely blind. I'm going to watch my video on how I installed a floor vent, and this thing here is actually from 6 years ago. I was working for my dad. I don't work for them anymore. I work for a bigger company, and so I don't really actually do this anymore. I'm all service, so I don't get to do installs anymore, so this ought to be interesting. I want to see kind of what we were doing. So sitting here with my drink, my energy drink. I love this thing. It's called Bloom. It's really good. It's a little bit of a healthier option, but that's what we're drinking tonight, watching this thing. And we're going to go ahead into it, trying something a little bit new. I am on a microphone. I think my audio last time just wasn't quite what I wanted. So we'll see how this works out. I also am not doing 3 cameras. Thought that was way too much to do. But we're going to jump into this thing here on how to install a floor vent. If I could push play, we'll be all right. In my trade, I have to install floor vents quite often. On this job, I have had to install several. Here's how I do it. This is not sped up in any form. This video is simply to share how HVAC and woodworking sometimes come together to reach a common goal. Enjoy. Yeah, the funny thing about this video, and I'm going to talk right through it, try to save some time. The funny thing about this particular thing was just getting ready to make this hole, and I had the thought, you know what? I wonder how long it'll take me to do this from start to finish. And so I said, I'm going to set up a camera. It's actually sitting on some boxes. There's not a tripod involved in this at all. And I'm just going to see what how long it takes me. So this was just really intended for me to just have as my own reference to see how long it took me. But in the long run, I was actually really surprised because this thing sat on my computer for like 2 years. So this is actually more like 8 years old. And then I decided, well, maybe people would be interested in this thing. So I uploaded it, and now it's at almost 100,000 views. Who would have thought? There's no instruction to it, no nothing. So I do know the guys mostly right now, they just use a Sawzall for this part. The reason why I like to do the circular saw, even though my battery died, was just you get a nice cleaner, straighter cut. And actually that saw is still in my workshop, right behind me over here. And see, doing the circular saw, you still end up not being able to get completely to the end, so you have to cut it with the Sawzall. So to save a little bit of time, cutting it with the Sawzall entirely would have just took the circular saw out of the equation.
6-inch. Yeah.
So what I'm telling him down there is that what size that boot is. So the square is 4 inches by 10 inches. I actually go a 1/4 inch bigger, so it's 4 1/4 by 10 1/4. But the amount of air that's going there is a 6-inch round. So it's going to go from 6-inch round and turn up to that rectangle shape. So I was telling him what size it was so he can hold up the proper size. And you'll see him push it up, or at least I think I reached down to it because it's, if I remember, this was a pretty tall ceiling. Yeah, and anytime you're doing this on a construction site, you want to make sure that you cover these holes up so that you don't get dirt and debris, but also so people don't fall in it. I think nowadays I would have sped this up because this is almost like waiting to watch paint dry. There you go. There's a rooster in the background. What in the world?
Getting there. Got about 3 more to left.
Shout out to my Shout out to my coworker at the time, Max. If you're watching this, how you going? How you doing? Kind of miss those days. Just me and him, job site all day. Real fun times. Real fun times. So what are we at? Just shy of 5 minutes. Yeah. And that's pretty much it. Moved on to the next one. So in a house we typically would have a ton of those things. And by we'd probably have like 12 of those things, maybe more, different sizes.
If you dare to be a pizza pro, the new Stone Baked Pizza.
Okay, didn't stop playing. So yeah, we would have a lot of those sizes, and since that took me 5 minutes, I would keep going around. My coworker Max, he'd be underneath, push them up to me. So we get it done pretty quickly, pretty efficiently. It's interesting to see some of the tools. I still have a lot of those tools. The little carpenter's square there that I had, or the right angle metal one. I still have that in my toolbox. But like I said, I don't necessarily do that anymore. I do all service, and I watch the guys, and their method is pretty similar to mine of how I used to do it. I think a lot of times they just straight up use a Sawzall, and now you've got the hacksaw that a lot of companies like Milwaukee has and DeWalt has, and that's made life a lot easier too. So I don't know, interesting to watch that, interesting to see how far I've come, and what I used to do. So, you know, it was a really quick react. I wanted to just kind of do a first take. I didn't watch this and kind of think of things to say. I wanted to make it all completely raw for you. So I do have the idea of next time doing a reaction to a video that's not mine, to kind of see, you know, just my opinions and my takes on some things. But I want to kind of create a little bit of a list of videos. So if you have a video you would like to see me react to, drop a link to it in the comments down below. And please, be mindful what you're putting down there. Don't just put garbage stuff down there. Make sure it's a woodworking video. Make sure it's something that is applicable to what this channel, what I'm about. So, thank you for watching this video. I will see you next time with another Chris Reacts.